Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel. So for the last two videos, we've been talking about something very important. If you haven't seen my videos, please go back and watch them. We've been talking about overthinking and we have spoken a lot about what overthinking is and how being confused can be more productive, can be more positive as compared to overthinking. And today I'm going to tell you about how you can take some real steps to stop overthinking. So coming to my next point. Number one, being mindful of your thoughts. Being mindful means that you actually have to know, realize, accept, and acknowledge that your way of thinking is not correct. To actually make any small or big change, you first have to realize that you're going wrong. If you don't realize, if you don't really have the willingness to accept that you're going wrong, you cannot take a step further. So, number one, you have to be mindful of your way of thinking, which is not correct if you're an overthinker. So you have to know that if you don't stop overthinking, it will affect every single small or big decision that you make in a span of your life, or in the span of even one day. Every small and big decision that you take is affected by the way you think. So whether it is about being in a relationship, or whether it is about picking a new role for yourself, or changing careers, or a very simple thing as just picking out a showpiece for your house, overthinking affects every facet. Now, how to do that and how to be more mindful of your thoughts. That brings me to the second point, is that you have to start noticing where do you get stuck. You have to start making a note of the things that make you feel stuck, or beyond which you cannot move your thought process. So actually it's a very simple step. Whenever you think that you're thinking too much, or you're dwelling too much on a certain mistake or on a certain aspect, just write it down and try and write down the real problem. So for example, if you're actually confused about whether you should change your job, and you think that you're not finding so much of thrill in your current job, just write down your real problems. Whether it is your team, whether it is your work culture, whether it is your colleague, whether it is your boss, whether it is the kind of project that you're involved in, just write down the real problems. And if my guess is right, and if you're an overthinker, you won't even be able to write down your problems, and your sheet will be blank. Why? Because a very common aspect of overthinking is that your problems aren't even real, because they are coming from a place of an imagination. They are not coming from things that exist factually and that exist logically around you. So if you're an overthinker, you will not even make an effort to write that, because actually nothing exists for you, and all your problems are in the head. They don't exist in reality. Now, coming to a point where what you can do, what you should do is number three, be focused. Be focused on the things that you can actually control. Because when you're dwelling on the past mistakes, can you go back and change them? When you're dwelling on something that has already happened, can you go back and rectify that? No, you cannot. What you can do is to change that, and tell yourself, when you're stuck, or when you find yourself thinking about, or lamenting a thing that's already happened, think and say to yourself that that was a different me, that was a different circumstance. Maybe I wasn't that well aware and well informed, but today I am a new person, and today I can choose to be in a different place than I was before. So no 2 days are the same, and you've moved ahead in your life. So focus on the things you can control and take charge of. Now the next thing to do is to actually focus on problem solving. You have to shift your way of thinking by being more solution oriented. You should know that if you focus on your problems, you're just basically repeating your past to yourself. You're not moving to a different place. So you have to shift your focus to problem solving. And what is the best way to do that? It is to ask the right kind of questions. You have to ask productive questions, questions that make you learn something different, that give you a new insight, that change your perspective, that broaden your, shift your horizons and your limited way of thinking. Most cases, when you're an overthinker, you're not able to see different aspects of the same thing. You're not able to see different sides of the same situation, because you're so focused on the problem itself. So when you shift your thought process from being a problem finder to a problem solver, you'll also find yourself asking smarter questions, asking questions that lead to a constructive thought process. Now coming to the next point of be a risk taker. That does not mean that just jump off a cliff without having a parachute. That's not risk taking, that's actually being stupid. So here you can be a risk taker by being very well informed. You have to be more aware. Look at the opportunities that exist around you and see what's the best for you from all those options available. Be a risk taker. There's no guaranteed outcome. Your decisions will never come from a place where you're absolutely sure of what's going to happen next, or where you're absolutely sure of whether you're doing the right thing with the right kind of a solution. That will never happen. You have to give yourself that bit of a chance to experiment. You have to give yourself that bit of a chance to do something different, something that's unique, something that you have never done, because something new might come out of it. You may find out something that never sort of existed within you. So when you take a well informed and a well guided risk, you don't lose, you only learn. Now, coming to my last and most important point here to highlight, because I've noticed in a lot of overthinkers that they don't seek help, because most of the time they are so stuck in their own negative thought loop and in their own problems. They're dwelling so much on the same kind of problems and they're not ready to move past them, that they don't seek help. So when you seek help, talk to smarter people, talk to friends who genuinely care for you, talk to people who can genuinely guide you in the right direction. Because when you seek help, it's not that you're a weak person. When you seek help, you only are seeking help to learn something new from those people, to gain ideas which you did not have, and to possibly be directed in the right way. Because all of us at any given point of time in life need help, whether it is reading a new book, or whether it is talking to smarter people, listening to smarter ideas, to better solutions that could exist, whether it is talking to your boss, whether it is talking to your parents, your friends, anybody who can actually genuinely guide you in the right direction. And you'll see that if you actually bring these points to real life practice, you will notice a slight change every day. Of course, no change is going to come in a day, and if you think that you do this in a day and your life is going to change miraculously, no, that's not going to happen. It's going to take time, but you're going to get there. And slowly and steadily, you'll change your thought process from being an overthinker to being a more stable mind, to a mind that thinks positively, constructively, and most importantly, to a mind that's always looking forward rather than going back. So, people, if you like this video, please stay tuned in for more videos from me every Monday and Thursday of the week. If you like watching me and hearing me, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching.